We all make decisions every day. We want to know what the right thing is to do in domains from the financial to the gastronomic to the professional to the romantic. And surely if somebody could really tell us how to do exactly the right thing at all possible times, that would be a tremendous gift. It turns out that in fact the world was given this gift in 1738 by a Dutch polymath named Daniel Bernoulli. And what I want to talk to you about today is what that gift is, and I also want to explain to you why it is that it hasn't made a damn bit of difference. What the right thing is to do, and those are errors in estimating the odds that they're going to succeed, and errors in estimating the value of their own success. Now let me talk about the first one first. Calculating odds would seem to be something rather easy. There are 6 sides to a die, 2 sides to a coin, 52 cards in a deck. You all know what the likelihood is of pulling the ace of spades or of flipping a heads. But as it turns out, this is not a very easy idea to apply in everyday life. The reason is, this isn't how people do odds. The way people figure odds requires that we first talk a bit about pigs. Now, the question I'm going to put to you is whether you think there are more dogs or pigs on leashes observed in any particular day in Oxford. And of course, you all know that the answer is dogs. And the way you know that the answer is dogs is you quickly reviewed in memory the times you've seen dogs and pigs on leashes. It was very easy to remember seeing dogs, not so easy to remember pigs, and each one of you assumed that if dogs on leashes came more quickly to your mind, then dogs on leashes are more probable. Give you a sense of their probability, how this idea can lead you astray. It's not just puzzles, though. For example, when Americans are asked to estimate the odds that they will die in a variety of interesting ways, these are estimates of number of deaths per year per 200 million U.S. citizens. And these are just ordinary people like yourselves who are asked to guess how many people die from tornado, fireworks, asthma, drowning, etc. Compare these to the actual numbers. Now you see a very interesting pattern here, which is, first of all, 2 things are vastly overestimated, namely tornadoes and fireworks. 2 things are vastly underestimated, dying by drowning and dying by asthma. Why? When was the last time you picked up a newspaper and the headline was, "Boy dies of asthma"? It's not interesting because it's so common. It's very easy for all of us to bring to mind instances of news stories or newsreels where we've seen tornadoes devastating cities, or some poor schmuck who's blown his hands off with a firework on the 4th of July. Drownings and asthma deaths don't get much coverage, which, by the way, doesn't require that you actually go to the store and buy anything. Why in the world would anybody ever play the lottery? Well, there are many answers, but one answer surely is we see a lot of winners, right? When this couple wins the lottery, or Ed McMahon shows up at your door with this big giant check. How the hell do you cash things that size? I don't know. We see this on TV. We read about it in the paper. When was the last time that you saw extensive interviews with everybody who lost? Indeed, if we required that television stations run a 30-second interview with each loser every time they interview a winner, the 100 million losers in the last lottery would require 9.5 years of your undivided attention just to watch them say, "Me, I lost. Me, I lost." Now, if you watch 9.5 years of television, no sleep, no potty breaks, and you saw loss after loss after loss, and then at the end there's 30 seconds of, "and I won," the likelihood that you would play the lottery is very small. Look, I can prove this to you. Here's a little lottery. There's 10 tickets in this lottery. 9 of them have been sold to these individuals. It costs you $1 to buy the ticket, and if you win, you get 20 bucks. Is this a good bet? Well, Bernoulli tells us it is. The expected value of this lottery is $2. This is a lottery in which you should invest your money. And most people say, "Okay, I'll play." Now a slightly different version of this lottery. Imagine that the 9 tickets are all owned by one fat guy named Leroy. Leroy has 9 tickets, there's 1 left, do you want it? Most people won't play this lottery. Now you can see the odds of winning haven't changed, but it's now fantastically easy to imagine who's going to win. It's easy to see Leroy getting the check. Right? You can't say to yourself, "I'm as likely to win as anybody," because you're not as likely to win as Leroy. The fact that all those tickets are owned by one guy changes your decision to play, even though it does nothing whatsoever to the... It tells us how we should think in a world for which nature never designed us. That explains why we are so bad at using it, but it also explains why it is so terribly important that we become good fast. We are the only species on this planet that has ever held its own fate. in its hands. We have no significant predators. We are the masters of our physical environment. The things that normally cause species to become extinct are no longer any threat to us. The only thing that can destroy us and doom us are our own decisions. If we're not here in 10,000 years, it's going to be because we could not take advantage of the gift given to us by a young Dutch fellow in 1738, because we underestimated the odds of our future pains and overestimated the value of our present pleasures. Thank you.